The Nigerian industries and corporate organizations' need for courier services is enormous. Redstar Express PLC is one of Nigeria's foremost logistics providers with competencies in express delivery, freight forwarding, warehousing, trucking, as well as outsourcing. The company today has a staff strength of over 2,000 working in over 160 offices nationwide. The company also possesses a fleet of about 700 vehicles at its disposal. However, in 1992, all this was just a vision.
It was a divine intervention, I would say, because in 1992, I was at DHL. I was an international staff of DHL for several years, working in various parts of Africa. But in March of 1992, we had a conference in Benin. And on my way to that conference at the airport, it used to be a struggle to get on flights in those days when we had Okada Air and the rest of it. Somebody that I met at the airport that day, his name is Matthias Timaus. I've not seen him again till today. He was introduced to me by a friend, and he said, "Oh, you're the Allison at DHL. So what are you doing at DHL? Why don't you set up on your own?" And I said, "Oh, I don't have money." He said, "No, you don't need money to set up. You need a vision and a conviction that what you want to do can be done." So I said, "Okay, I will think about it." He said, "No, you don't have time to think about it. Decide now."
And this led to the start of what came to be known as Redstar Express.
When you say the beginning, I wonder where to actually start from. Because for me, the beginning started before October 12th, 1992, when I was invited, quite innocuously, to a meeting where the planning of what Redstar Express would be was being put together. I was invited there and I took minutes of that meeting about 3 to 4 months before the company actually started. It was actually June 1992. And so for me, that's the beginning of Redstar.
In a long while, very few companies had the kind of reception that Redstar had when it was set up. It was one company that Nigerians were waiting for to be established.
When I was told to be the chairman of Redstar Express, I was very happy. I was very happy. Do you know why? Because I was a manager in various organizations similar to that of Redstar. And then that automatically comes to my mind. I can do it. I'm in a position to do it, and I did.
We started off with about 60 cars in one day, 20 vans, 60 bikes, and 100 staff. And on the 12th of October, we launched.
Many indigenous companies in Nigeria are said to have peculiar challenges, and Redstar Express PLC is no different.
I can tell you that the challenges they were not very exciting, but they were very educative and formed learning experience and learning points for most of us. The main challenge, I think, at the time was the economic transition. Okay, I think at that point in time, the dollar had moved from maybe 22 naira to 40 naira, something like that. So you can imagine what toll it had at that time. And the interest rates were not particularly fun. I think Redstar at that time had taken a loan, and the interest rate would have been maybe about 15–16%. I'm not sure of the figures now. And that had grown to 65% within 6 months.
We started off recruiting people. Those we recruited, the early people we recruited from DHL. They all came together. We got other people from UPS, from IIS, from TNT, and they all assembled. The biggest challenge we had was getting all of these people to think in the same direction, because they were from different companies with different cultures. And when you buy companies or get large number of employees from different companies together, you have to do lots of training, lots of orientation for them to begin to think in one direction.
The individuals behind the company were important at the start, especially during the challenging times.
I must say that without Sonny Allison as the main founder of Redstar Express, there would be no Redstar Express. He dreamt it and started talking to other people, and people like Eddie Olafeso and Patrick Nwosu, they were all colleagues at DHL, supported him. So I want to think of the fact that they are the driving force. I'd also like to say that Dr. Mohamed Koguna, as the chairman, was also very, very influential in the sense that as chairman, he supported the company. In those early years, he would ask whoever was MD to write letters to companies that needed to be prospected, and he would sign them and he would call up some of them. And when the challenges started coming and maybe the company didn't have a lot of funds, he'd provide the funds. Certainly the funds would be paid back, but he was always solidly behind the company at that time. I want to also remember Dr. Disun Odebode, who was a director of the company at the time. Most of the loan that the company got at that point in time came from Group Merchant Bank, and he believed in it. He believed solidly in it, and these are some of the key people. But let me not forget the couriers, the people that were always driving in rain, in sunshine, convincing customers. There were some of those early couriers that, made a mark in this company. I watched some of them get up to the position of manager, and it was such a delight.
Those are wonderful human beings. You saw if you go through the door there, you see the things they did for me. Most of the funny, strange accounts that we get, they are the ones that identify those things. Say, we see DHL car parked in this place all the time. There's a card, they'll put it. Let somebody go there and find out what is there. They are the ones that tell you what is bugging them. If you want to do delivery and accomplish 90% within the first 1 hour, if you don't listen to those people, you will never do it. You'll just be speaking English. Now, it is their company. They are the number one people that you have to give all the accolades to, because they also give us correct information. You know, in that company, couriers get to work at 6. It's very strange. And it's still happening till tomorrow. They get to work at 6, they close around 7, 8, every day. When we big men resume at 8, by 8 o'clock, deliveries have commenced. Some have even done almost half of their delivery by 8. So these guys are a bunch of wonderful people. Now, immediately after the courier, then you talk about the CSR, then you talk of then the sales people, and then all of us who are supposed to help to make the life of those people comfortable.
Today, Redstar Express has evolved to become the flagship company for pickup and delivery of express documents and parcels, domestic and international, providing solutions and adding value to corporate organizations and individuals in Nigeria, Africa, and major countries around the world. So now,
we are many things to many people. Principally, we're in the business of connecting people together, in the business of connecting goods to the marketplace. We're in the business of ensuring that joy is made available to you when it's most desirable. Behind some of these things that I've said, of course, you know that we're principally an express delivery company, which has also evolved into a major player in the supply chain industry in Nigeria, and as a matter of fact, on a global scale right now.
Values are important for any establishment, and the core values at Redstar Express have helped it grow over the years.
Ethics is a principal value of our company. The meaning of that is that for you to survive for 25 years, there are things you must learn to do very well. You must learn to play by the rules. I recall that many companies that we also were in this industry together 20, 25 years back have come and gone. And when you begin to dig down to check what may have been responsible for their early demise out of this space, you will find that they were not playing by some of the rules that were set by the authorities or that are set by the industry at large. So for us, ethics is a very major component of our value. We must learn to play by the rules, and that's what we do primarily to ensure that we can run for the long haul in our business. Number two is the fact that we are committed to stewardship. Stewardship means in this sense that whatever you commit into our hands as a customer, we ensure that it is delivered as you want it done. That's a key thing that can sustain you in your business. When customers entrust their lives into your hands, to a large extent, that's what they do. Somebody has a medicament to send to a hospital somewhere. That's some life that is being committed into your hands. Somebody has his credentials that must go from here to some university abroad. That's their life they're committing into your hands. We believe in stewardship. Whatever is committed into our hands, we'll ensure that they are treated with the utmost care. And that's why that's a key element of our value structure in Redstar.
Evolution has been the theme over the years, with new business units and products instrumental to the company's growth.
Well, the business that will survive is the business that will be constantly in touch with the environment and then has the capacity to respond to the needs in the environment. When the company started in the early 90s, what was important then was what was popular to what was dominant in our industry was just pick up and deliver the next day. So more or less, more like an express service. And that is what defines the courier industry, the core courier industry. Just connecting businesses next day. But you will also agree that as time went on, there's been a complete revolution in the economy. And so people are no more, especially with the advent of technology, you find out that people are no more just passing documents around. Businesses are concluded faster, and so you now move into the realm of people moving parts around, people trucking things around. There's been a lot of changes in the environment, and that also reflected on how Redstar Express has evolved as a company.
No, if you don't grow, you die. The natural way for every living organism, whether it's an organization or a human being, is either you are growing or you are going to die. Two of those things are the two extremes that you can find per time. And that is why, as time went by in the last 25 years, there were a lot of opportunities that came our way in this country, for example. At some point in time, as you know, the telecom industry was not there the way it is there right now. And by way of response to what was happening in the marketplace, we had to also evolve in certain ways and respond to certain business opportunities that came in the landscape. I recall a clear example, very clearly, that I will never forget. Sometime in 2002, I was in Guaranty Trust Bank, and I met with Mrs. Ogumbi, who was the head of admin at that time. And she was explaining to me some of the issues they had in the mailroom, which, was giving them some hell of a time in terms of managing the bundle or the volume of mails that they had at that time, and the human beings that they had around it, managing the mail delivery all around Lagos. And when I saw that, I saw an opportunity in that for us to start something with that bank that would be novel, that was not being done in the industry as at that time. So I got back to the office and I had some discussion with my guys that we were on the island together. I used to be a salesperson running key accounts on Victoria Island, in those days. And after some discussion with my teammates, we said, this is possible. We will have to evolve a product that we call the mail management services at that time. And after some serious discussion back and forth, we came up with a product which is now known as Mailroom Management Services, and we took it to Guaranty Trust Bank and explained how that will function, which was principally to take away the headaches they were having in terms of having to buy motorcycles, having to maintain motorcycles, having to hire motorcycle riders, having to provide for all of the requirements of that segment of their business. And the bank bought into the idea, and precisely in April 2002, we were signed on to run the entire mailroom structure of Guaranty Trust Bank. That is still subsisting up until today. Because we made a success of that, by August 2002, the new MD of Access Bank came on board. That was Ike Mokwede, came on board at that time. He and Herbert Wigwe came on board in Access Bank. And I took the same proposal to their bank and I explained to them, because they were also familiar with it in Guaranty Trust Bank, it was not a difficult thing to sell to them. And then they agreed. And from there, we also have Access Bank, signing on the mail management services. And today, it's one of the biggest products that we sell to the banking sector in Nigeria.
In line with its evolution, 4 subsidiaries have been created over the years, with each one having its own area of expertise. Each subsidiary has been strategically positioned to make an impact in the logistics industry.
Redstar Express is the division responsible for handling speedy deliveries of documents, parcels for customers. You're aware that we have other divisions, exactly 4 in the system. So we are like the parent company. The other divisions emerged from the Express division. Primarily, we are responsible for handling lighter parcels for customers who want them to be speedily delivered within the country and outside the country. So we are that division that is responsible for speedy next-day deliveries, maximum 2 to 3 business day deliveries to any location within the country. Okay, and we equally cover deliveries outside the country to over 220 locations outside the country.
For us, firstly, we start with what your vision is. Our vision is to be the preferred freight company in Nigeria with strong global alliances. So for us, we offer the best of freight, both air and sea, imports or exports. That's critically what we tell our customers. For that also, you can now break it down into other things that you do.
Redstar Support Service is an outsourced company, and of course a subsidiary of Redstar and PLC. Redstar Support Services, like I said, we pride ourselves as the leading business support services company in the country. With over 2,000 employees, professionally trained. Like I said, we pride ourselves as the leading innovator, because we pioneered this business in 2002 by the deployment of professionally trained staff to the management of the mailroom of GT Bank. That's basically how the whole thing started and evolved into Redstar Support Services.
Well, as the name implies, Redstar Logistics. So first and foremost, we're in logistics, but we are more than logistics. We're part of a group which is one of the very distinctive features that we have. We are Redstar Logistics because we are part of Redstar Express PLC, which we are celebrating the 25th anniversary. So it makes us to be a full supply chain company.
In 2007, the company then made the bold move by getting listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
Of course, the company also was listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange by November 2007. That one put the management on the edge in terms of corporate governance and global best practices. That will enhance our efforts towards reducing the business risk of the company.
Equally, there are other benefits from being a public company. Your risk is low. You can do business with some key prospects, with some blue chips. And there are some people who will insist that by the virtue that you are there, we want to do business with you. So I think there are a lot of benefits that somebody will gain by being a member of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, which we capitalize on.
Becoming a licensee of Fedex, the world's biggest air courier service, has been a huge part of the success story of Redstar Express PLC over the years.
Fedex is a massive global corporation, as you know. They commenced business in 1971, and in terms of being on the job, they've been there much longer than Redstar. Fedex offered the opportunity to Redstar to partner with it in 1994, which of course has subsisted from that point up until today. That means we worked with Fedex for 23 years uninterrupted. And that is a major success story for Redstar Express, because working with FedEx is a major task, is a major demanding job for any organization that you can think about. I've studied FedEx and I've seen how they move from country to country. To a large extent, they do not go into many countries directly. They go into countries working with partners like Redstar to capture the local market. And so for them to have chosen Redstar as the right partner for Nigeria, that's a major advantage. And that has helped to, get Redstar to be a major player in our industry in Nigeria by offering us all kinds of trainings that we will never have had access to. Number two is that we're also able to leverage on the technology of FedEx to do all the things we're doing. One way to win well is to follow the master. Once you know that this guy is good in a certain thing, follow him. And without any doubt, FedEx is a master as far as air logistics is concerned globally. There is no doubt about that. Even competition can reckon with that fact. And secondly, FedEx is also a major player in the technology world as far as our industry is concerned. And therefore, we've learned a whole lot of things from FedEx, and we have adapted them into our local business in Nigeria. And that's why, without any doubt, we have also become a very major force to reckon with in our industry in this part of the world.
The support provided by the American corporation, especially in terms of training, has played a role in creating the caliber of staff that Redstar Express possesses today. Redstar Express maintains a well-trained and motivated workforce, an achievement that the company prides itself in. The staff culture at the company focuses on creating bonds as employees see themselves as part of a family.
In terms of relationship, this is an organization where I can go to see the GMD, I can go to see the ED or any of the EDs, I can go to see any of the DMDs when I have a pressing challenge as regards the job. You would even realize that even out of the job, there are times that you also have opportunities to talk to these people, this management. I think it's just amazing. Seriously, I doubt if we'll get this in all organizations. With my years of experience in the working environment, I'm sure many organizations don't have this kind of relationship that we have here.
The environment here is we work more like a family. We don't work like colleagues per se. We work like a family. The open door policy, the fact that you can walk up to any management staff anytime you like. The restrictions are not so much. Everybody operates like a family, like a friend. So I think it has helped a whole lot of us to grow in this organization, and it has helped the company to get to where it is today.
Like most responsible companies, Redstar Express PLC is conscious about the communities it conducts its businesses in. The Redstar Foundation was set up to give back to these communities in the best way possible.
Redstar Foundation is started almost about 2 decades ago in this company. Its founders thought of giving back to the society, and it was and it's been doing a lot of work. It might not have been making too much noise about it, but it's been doing a lot of work. Over the years, the foundation has been giving out scholarships to indigent students, and a lot more activities that they've been doing. Our vision, the foundation, is to be an organization that positively impacts on the lives of people and improves the standard of living of most of the people in our host communities. And we intend to achieve that through three focus areas: poverty alleviation, education, and also empowerment.
Going forward, Redstar Express PLC is looking to the future with great optimism.
Redstar is going to be marketing a few new technology that is going to be driving changes in our industry of supply, of postal and courier, and movement of goods from one point to another in the next couple of months. As a matter of fact, we are signing an agreement with some of the foreign companies in Finland and in Korea right now. And what they're going to be doing is to bring some of the technologies that are evolving in those environments to help us to also drive growth in our own environment. And I'm sure that that's going to be exciting for the banking sector and for most of the other sectors that we work with at the moment. Redstar is also, getting into some e-archiving business, which of course will also help you to archive whatever it is that you are doing in your companies or in your establishments in such a way that they can be kept for a long time. Don't forget, we have always done physical archiving. You can come to our warehouse and put your stuff there and keep it for 1 year or two. But the future is that you must do all of these things electronically. And that's why we're also investing into that. We're already partnering with a few companies that are experts in that area to ensure that we can also extend our services into the realm of e-archiving. And I've mentioned a few things about the agro space right now. The type of growth that you will witness in Redstar in the next couple of months is going to be phenomenal, because we are partnering with a few companies in the United Kingdom right now who are desirous of buying products and services from Nigeria, and they are just mind-blowing, believe me, because we have companies now who want to order for agro products from Nigeria that will go straight to the shelf of companies in the United Kingdom. I don't want to mention some of their names now because of any other things that we're also tidying up at the moment. But be rest assured that in a short time from now, we're going to be packaging agro products from here, and they go straight to the shop floor of companies in the United Kingdom, in Europe generally, and into the United States. And that will be coming on the platform of Redstar Agro Trade Services. And then we have our Redstar Print and Packaging, which of course is also helping to work within our logistics space to provide things that ordinarily would have been imported into Nigeria, which are to be used in servicing our own industry. For example, I give you a quick one. The flyer that we use in Nigeria as of today to package our meals are imported from all over the world. Why is it that we can't produce them in Nigeria? That's part of the effort that Redstar Print Services will also be leading in the near future, and work is already almost fully completed on some of them. And principally, we're also looking at opportunities in the logistics industry and trying to find ways by which we can expand our horizon, expand revenue opportunities, and create more employment opportunities for Nigerians on a global scale.
25 years is a long time, with many stories that have defined the company.
It's a great pleasure that the company that I can say started from my dining table 25 years ago has come of age, publicly quoted, employing over 3,000 people, with revenues approaching or equal to 8 billion, and 3 or 4 subsidiaries, and preparing to grow further. It is indeed very gratifying.
So what comes to mind is really joy born out of perseverance, determination to succeed. Don't forget that before Redstar, nobody believed that any indigenous company could play in that space successfully. The courier space was dominated by global giants, international companies. Nobody had trust in the local companies. And so when Redstar came, all that changed.
Wow, 25 years. I can only say, as I've said before, that for some reason, God's hands are in that company. I don't know how else to say it.
Great feats, great steps, great achievements, but more things to happen in the near future. 25 is a landmark, believe me, in Nigeria and in the world over, as a matter of fact. Most companies that survive, they struggle so much in the first 5 to 10 years. And if you're able to scale the first 5 years, are you able to scale the next 5 years, you've shown some signs of stability. People can trust you and give you more opportunity to try bigger things in your market space. So for us to have done 5 times 5, that's a major achievement as far as I'm concerned in Nigeria.
Yes, obviously, I have to congratulate the management of Redstar at the age of 25, and congratulate all those who are involved with the Redstar day to day. So I'm very happy, and I know that we have done the best we can, but particularly the management side. They have done very, very well indeed, and I was very, very happy indeed.
Having survived and grown tremendously in the last 25 years, who's to say it can't get better from here on? Welcome to the long haul.
And finally, we'd like to thank the chairman of Redstar Express PLC, the founder, and all of the gentlemen and ladies who have worked with the company from inception up until today. We'd like to thank the business community in Nigeria, the government people, and the communities where we have done business in the last 25 years. We trust that we've had a great time together, and we're promising that the future years coming will be greater than the last 25 years we've had. Thank you for all of your support and contributions to our company. We wish you all the best. God bless you.